Part 3. Sorry, my fault. My fault we're on part 3. Totally my fault.
Oh, we're just catching up.
All right,
I mean, we didn't do a show yesterday, so.
Yeah, again, if you were just seeing this, normally I say go to part 1 and then catch up with part 2. If you're seeing this as part 3 for the first time, go to part 1 and then part 2 and then this part 3. We got backed up for a day and a half right in the middle of the U.S. Open for weather. We lost power. I filmed a tropical storm. My fault totally. And the family members out there, we neglected for a day and a half, so we were very apologetic for that.
Okay.
Back into viewer comments.
All right, Wenham Chia says, most Spanish don't speak English well. It's not emphasized in their curriculum. I have no clue about that. Not sure. Well, most Spanish people do know more than English, too.
That was probably in relation to when I said I could never learn how to speak Spanish.
No, I think it was a comment that somebody said that Nadal was a retard because he didn't know English.
Oh, we're not going to talk about that.
All right, Steve Clevenger says, great job, Justin and Carla. Very informative. Stay safe.
Let's go, Steve Clevenger. Let's go.
New viewer, new comment based on the weather.
Let's go.
Hey, thanks for the update.
Who was the name?
John Coles, sorry.
John Cole?
John Coles.
Spell it.
C-O-L-E-S. Coles.
John Coles.
He says, hey, thanks for the update. I have a house on the island that I secured yesterday afternoon, and I'm home in Lafayette, Louisiana now.
Great comment. I'm sure the house is okay. By the way, ours ended up well. Power was out. Didn't have much of a storm surge because of the wind direction.
That's a good thing.
And the tides. So it was a pretty interesting night. I'm sure he watched the videos.
New viewer, new comment related to the weather. Cat Milk. Cool jacket. Great reporting. Better than the major news channels from South Florida. Be safe.
I have the jacket I had on. I had this written in, but I don't have to say it now. I've had that comment every time I do a weather video. I have a particular jacket on. The jacket actually used to be involved in snowboarding videos a long time ago in New England and Vermont. So there was a time I lived in Rutland, Vermont, and I went to the mountain Killington a lot to ski and so forth. Well, I worked at the Killington Resort, and that was my jacket. That was like my staff type jacket, and I put some patches on it over the years per se, but that jacket has been with me through some really harsh snowstorms, some nor'easters, some really big snowboarding days, some really big skiing days, some really big storm days. So that jacket's kind of been with me. So that's a big time jacket for me. So much love to the jacket on that. Appreciate the shout out on the jacket. But that was basically a jacket for the mountain resort staff. And it's been a really good jacket. All right.
Next comment, Rahesh. Standing ovation, Justin and Carla. Be safe.
Dolphin.
New viewer, new comment. That has to do with the weather. Phoenix Rider. Thanks for the update. Water's looking rough. Y'all are having more wind than we are. Over here in Loxley, we have gray skies, some wind and rain. As the crow flies, Loxley is just shy of 26 miles from the coast.
Yeah, I know where he is.
Stay safe. Check y'all later. P.S. Just found out that Loxley is under a tornado watch until 4 a.m.
Great comment. Appreciate that. Loxley's on the eastern shore. We are on Dolphin Island, which is an island off the coast of Alabama that is connected by a little bridge. So to get to Loxley, you would come from the island over the bridge, up through Mobile County, down through Baldwin County, and Loxley would be right over here. So it's just as the crow flies, as he said, from the Mobile Bay. So surely he had an interesting evening yesterday.
He did.
Hope all's well, bro. Thanks for the comment.
The Look says, be safe, guys. Native Kitty, new viewer, new comment. But she's actually a friend of mine since sixth grade elementary school in New York, Brooklyn, New York.
Sixth grade?
Sixth grade.
Damn.
Her name is Tasha. What's up, Tasha?
What's up, Tasha?
She says, why are you guys out there? That's something my husband would do. He actually went for a jog on a boardwalk during Category 3 hurricane a few years ago. I told him not to, but he saw it as a challenge. Get inside and be careful, please.
I kept her outside. I
told her. He's crazy.
Well, she would want to go in, and I'd play it like, yeah, it's cool. She's a soldier. But once I'd be like, what? How are you doing this? You're supposed to be out here with me. Let's go. She would come outside. And she'd be like, whoa. She's a soldier, though.
Thank you.
You did a great job. She deserves a standing ovation because she was out there with me last night from like 2 o'clock in the afternoon until like 11 o'clock at night,
we stopped
10
around
o'clock at
10
night.
something, yeah.
And we were sitting there and it was so bad, like, and like the center of circulation got it right up to us and it got really intense. and then almost at a split second, it stopped.
Yep.
It was really cool.
Trotline. New viewer, new comment. Dude, you're crazy. Travi, you must know him.
Travi?
Mm-hmm.
What?
Travi.
Travis Guest?
I guess so.
I have no idea, but
It sounds like he knows you. He said, dude, you're crazy.
Travi?
Travi.
Let's go! But that could be Travi in St. Petersburg.
No, I think I saw him comment also on Facebook, so I think it's somebody you know.
Oh, I love this guy. This guy, if that's Travis Guest.
It is. I'm sure of it.
Beast mode. Beast mode. What's up, T Guest? Where's Beasley at? Where's Beasley at?
Next comment, Dark Knight.
Let's go, Travis. I love this guy.
He says,
Let's go.
He says, stay safe, guys. I'm glad I live in Vegas. No natural disasters. I feel for you guys. Hang tough, please.
Who lives in Vegas?
Dark Knight, so we know he's in Las Vegas.
Man, I don't know if I could live there, though. I've been there a couple of times. I went to Vegas on my 21st birthday. I brought $300 with me. I lost it in the airport while I was waiting for my luggage, so I spent a week there broke. The second time I went back, I didn't go there and experience anything more than seeing family. I watched a football game and left, so that was a good time. But
I've never been there.
Lake Mead was around. I think was it Henderson, Nevada, where we lived or they lived. So interesting time. I like the desert, but not as much as I like the coast.
Phoenix Rider says, whoa, don't get blown away, old son.
Let's go.
New viewer, new comment. Christopher Price. We love Dolphin Island. Thank you for keeping us up to date.
Let's go.
All Roll Fallen says, you crazy, man. Be careful. Go in your house, Justin.
That's what we do.
Dude, it's dangerous.
Hey, our roof falling. Come on now. Okay. Hey, our roof falling. You know I know who you are. You know I know who you are. So let me go ahead and tell you this. Is it more dangerous for me to go outside and mess around in the weather, or for you to do backside 540 kick flips on a skateboard when you're coaching a college team? I'm just kidding. Look, no, you do dangerous stuff too. Not as dangerous as shingles flying around on your head.
True.
But your skateboard tricks,
they're dangerous.
I love them. But I think you're at more jeopardy of breaking the ankle.
Yeah, I think that's worse.
You see what I mean? I'm just like blocking rain, bro. And you're like coming down like rails and like.
And barefooted too. I saw one barefooted.
Oh.
No good.
Our roof falling, no good for you. No good for you. So we can't take.
If he saw his tennis students, that he would say no.
He would say no, you can't. What I just gave you a scholarship and you're skateboarding barefoot.
That's right.
All right, our roof falling. You know I love you though. Mwah. You know I love you, bro. Mwah.
Rahesh says, "Oh my God, Justin, get back in your house for God's sake."
I had a good time though. It could have came to you in Houston though, Rahesh.
Yeah.
It could have.
Thunderfire, new viewer, new comment. This is an intense storm.
It was intense.
Yep.
It got wicked. If you didn't see if you don't know what we're talking about and you're watching this for tennis, go look at the weather videos and look at, say, the last one we did last night or the second to last one.
New comment, new viewer. Rafaela Loren says, you are a brave soul, my friend. Am I wrong? Are you having fun out there?
I was having a lot of fun. Love that. And whoever saw that and whoever wrote that knows I was having fun. They could feel it. That's what I'm saying. That's what I mean. That's what I'm talking about. Yes, I was having fun. Loved it.
Cat Milk says, talk about an adrenaline addict. But Gordon isn't a hurricane yet and probably won't be one by the time the eye hits land. Winds are sustained 70 miles per hour. Be safe out there and don't do what I'm doing. You think?
Yes.
Laugh out loud.
Thank you for this. Honestly, my phone loaded all night long, and it got to a certain point where we lost power, so I kind of cut out doing any type of searching on my phone, so I never knew if it became a hurricane. And I haven't looked at it today. We woke up, cleaned up the house, and immediately started catching up with our tennis podcast or show. So thank you for that. That's big time. I was just telling her, I wonder if it ever became a hurricane, because when I was on the porch, it was wicked. Appreciate that.
Wayne Chia says, not surprisingly, Rafa down 1-3 in the fourth. When Thiem is on, Rafa can't stop him. Thiem's problem is clutch moments. Probably.
Yeah, perfectly said. Agreed. The last overhead at the end, he should have let it bounce.
He should have hit it forehand.
It was up there. He tried to go for the same shot Nadal had hit in a couple of points before. I think Nadal had hit the same type shot, so he probably got it in his head that if Nadal just made it, I can hit it. If it would have been me, and I know it's easier said than done, and if I was in the same position, that's what I would have done. But If it were me, though, in a dream world, I guess you could say, if the ball was up there, I would have let it.
I would never.
I would have let it bounce.
I would let it bounce too.
Back up. Then, out of my peripheral vision, I would have tried to find out where my opponent was, and if he was centrally located, maybe look at which way the feet were directed. Because if it's that high, you can watch it come down. At the same time, you can be looking at your opponent. So I see the ball up here. I'm backing up. I'm backing up. Now I'm looking at my opponent. Which way are they shifting? Which way are they shifting? Now it bounces. I'm still watching him. And now it's coming back up, and I can still take it at its height, at its zenith, at the highest point. So I have an opportunity to watch. Here it comes, here it comes, here it comes. Bow. So I would have let that sit, but unfortunately...
didn't he get it in the air? He didn't even let it bounce, did he?
Yeah, it was in the air. Yeah, it was in the air.
So he could have let it bounce and hit an overhead.
He could have let it bounce, or let it bounce, hit another overhead.
Yeah.
But I think he might have been a little deep for that, but at least let it bounce, and then to pick a straightforward down the line shot or cross court.
All right, next comment. New viewer, new comment based on the weather. iFuzzy Games. Thanks for showing the raw footage of the storm.
It was raw here yesterday. It was intense, was it not?
Yes.
Let's go.
Wyndham Chia says, I love Rafa, but my heart goes out to Thiem. It does.
That hurt.
Yeah.
That hurt. I'm glad Nadal won, but that hurt.
That hurt Thiem. Robert Starr says, good luck. I admire your positivity in a situation that most would perceive as being a negative one. Help each other stay well, and all will be well.
Robert Starr always has the positive stuff, hence why his last name is Starr, or whatever the name is, because, yeah, every time Robert says something, he brings absolute love and respect. Love that guy.
Wyndham Chia says, humidity will be in the 80s when Djokovic plays Millman tonight, even higher than when Federer played.
They play tonight?
Yes, they play tonight.
I didn't know that.
They play tonight.
Really?
Yeah.
Check this out. I got to do the weather, then to do this show for today, getting catch up. So I already go 3 parts, and now I get to watch Djokovic play.
Yeah. So he's saying the humidity's going to be higher. So let's see how it affects Djokovic. Maybe it won't even affect him.
Djokovic is going to destroy Millman.
I agree. B-Dog says, I don't understand. Is he a bootleg Weather Channel storm chaser? Carla, be safe. Go inside. What? The what? I guess this is what he likes to do. Be safe. This is what you do when Federer loses?
Yeah. Hey, B-Dog. My nickname is Bootleg. They call me Bootleg, right? So my name's
We're almost done, by the way.
I specialize in bootleg weather video. Let's go. That's how I like to be creeping up in the dark. You know what I mean? Come up behind someone and be like, I got this weather video. You know, I got this. I got it. Yeah.
Next comment, Rahul.
Bootleg.
Rahul Chakraborty says, what's going on there? 5K tennis. May Almighty bless you. Come back soon with lots of more analysis. Stay safe.
He probably didn't know there was a hurricane.
He didn't know, no. Wyndham Chia says, after such a great match, many would say someone like Thiem will do great things. The truth is that the match might just be one of the few opportunities he would have. This is so often the case.
Yeah. Perfectly said.
Yeah. And last comment, Bad Weather Freak, it didn't make it to a hurricane.
Bad Weather Freak, thank you for that as well. So that's 2 people that took time out to let me know, because I asked that question in a video. Did this ever become a hurricane? That was Tropical Storm Gordon that made landfall last night here in the Alabama coastal area. Never knew it and didn't look it up. So thank you guys for that, for actually paying attention during that mess of videos to answer that question. Thank you very much for that.
It looks like Cilic and Nishikori are going to go to a 5th set.
All right, so great job reading, by the way, as always. So we're going to have results and upcoming.
Yeah.
So hopefully you'll have that.
I have it.
By the way, she just read all that, but my biggest shout out goes out to Carla today for her helping me through the weather. It was really an intense day yesterday, and she followed me around with the camera the whole time, and it was really not a fun day for her. I enjoy it, but most people just don't. And it was a pretty dangerous environment, but nonetheless, we got through it, so I appreciate that a lot.
You're welcome.
I appreciate that a lot. One quick other thing. Carla mentioned that Kachanov in a previous video looked like Thor.
He looks like Thor, and they copied me.
Well, lo and behold, here about 2 weeks later, she shows me this article.
No,
written.
today the article came
Yeah,
out.
no,
that
I'm saying you said this 2 weeks ago, but today she shows me an article. Oh, everybody's just now calling Kachanov Thor.
Liam's Hentworth, he's the guy that plays Thor.
She had that. She had that. All right. Schiavone retires today. Francesca Schiavone retires. She won the French Open in 2010, defeated Sam Stosur. Good for Schiavone. Great career. Good for her. How much time you have?
It's 14 minutes.
Okay, we're good. But this is part 3, so we have to be
Yeah.
mindful about everybody else's
Yes.
schedule. Again, we will not have part 3s anymore. We missed a day and a half, and now we're humbled because we realize what we put out in one day, and if you miss a day, it really backs everything up.
Yes.
So good job, Schiavone. After Millman beat Federer, the ticket sales dropped at the U.S. Open from the nosebleed section to $250 a ticket
262
to $60 a ticket.
Yeah.
Now, I went to the U.S. Open in 2007 and 2008. I've mentioned this before. Federer played both times, and the tickets at that point were about $175 a pop for up there.
So he sells. Federer sells.
But mind you, you can't see anything from up there.
No.
Luckily, I was a stringer there. I had to buy a ticket for someone that was with me at that point in time, and that's what we paid for that ticket. I was involved, not stringing there, but I was involved with kind of an apprenticeship with the stringers there, nonetheless. Anyway. But I know it was $175 then. But the problem with those tickets are, and the reason why I don't get how big Arthur Ashe Stadium is, I'm respectful. It's beautiful. It's amazing.
You can't see anything.
But when
from
you're up there, you
No.
can't see anything. It looks like the players are this big, and the ball looks like it's going a half a mile an hour, which we know it's not. But up there, I don't really see even spending $1 up there. I'd rather watch it on TV.
Same here.
It's much better on television than sitting up there.
Yeah.
Because the chicken sandwiches are like $28 and the Cokes are like $17.50. So if I got to pay $300 for a ticket to sit up there and have a $100 meal that consists of a Heineken, a chicken sandwich, and a burrito, I'm out. I'd rather watch it on TV. All right. Upcoming matches and results from today.
Today's matches. Cilic and Nishikori are still playing. They're currently in the 4th set. Cilic's up a break, serving 5-4.
So he's serving for the match?
No, he's serving to go to a 5th set.
Oh, he's down 2 sets to 1.
Nishikori's up 2 sets to 1.
Okay, interesting match. I still think Cilic wins this.
Yes, same here.
Wait, her father. Quick shout out to David Nathan Mora. Her father predicted that Nishikori could win the entire tournament well before this tournament started. If this happens, I swear, I'm going to be absolutely impressed because we were both like, huh?
Yeah, I didn't even think he was going to make it past the first week, honestly.
Yeah, I was impressive.
Djokovic plays Millman tonight.
Djokovic will sail through this. Just catch the highlights in the morning.
Women's match. Osaka destroyed Zarenko.
Yeah, we
1-1.
talked about that earlier.
And tonight's match, Suarez Navarro against Keys.
I like Suarez Navarro a lot, but I think Keys will win this match.
Tomorrow's match, men's, Potro and Nadal.
Let's go. Does anyone think that Nadal will be tired or more so tired than Del Potro is? Who wins this match?
Tricky. I like both. I'm going to pick Nadal because I like Nadal a little bit more. But Potro looked... You didn't see the Isner match. Potro looked very tired.
Yeah, normally it would be a coin toss for me, but because they both had long matches and Del Potro is inherently not as fit, at least injury-wise.
He was suffering.
And he looked he looked pretty fatigued, but that's how he plays. He always looks a little sluggish and always finds a way.
Mm-hmm.
But I like Nadal in this, Nadal over Del Potro, even if he is tired.
Tomorrow night, Serena plays Sevastova.
Good match. Serena should cruise through that.
I think so. Sevastova's got some nice shots, though. Dicey little player. That's it.
All right, pardon me. By the way, this is going to be the end of part 3. Thank you for hanging out, and apologies if it's gone long. Real quick at the end, after the U.S. Open finishes, again, with all of your feedback and comments, we've decided that we're not going to stop and not comment again until January. We're gonna keep it going, but help us out of what you want to hear. Again, this is your show. If it's not for you, then we don't do this at all. But our inclination is to do Beijing, Tokyo, Shanghai, maybe Vienna, Basel in Switzerland, Paris, and then maybe the ATP final, and then some women's stuff, obviously. I don't think we're going to do the next gen stuff. We may talk about that, the next generation stuff. But again, I think if you know us by now, we don't particularly care for the next generation stuff at all. I think it's just an excuse because no one can beat the top 3. I think if they're going to be great, they should already be in that top 10 at the end of the year, right?
Yep, totally agree.
So I probably won't cover the next gen or the Laver Cup, that type of thing. I think the Laver Cup is just a fancy exhibition for people to make more money. So I'll probably stay away from the Laver Cup and next gen stuff. I think it's relatively cheesy.
Agree.
We'll definitely keep going though, but please keep the comments coming on what we should do until the Australian Open of next year. Don't let us fade away. You know, sometimes we need motivation with 5 kids and tennis season coming up to keep going, and then we'll be doing our high school tennis team updates. Hopefully no more weather updates for now, so keep us involved of what you want to hear, because sometimes on busy days, sometimes it's tough to come up with all new substance, and sometimes we need some help getting there.
Mm-hmm.
And you always do a great job of that. Sloane Stevens and Sevitsova, by the way. Real quick, I mentioned these two. They played the other day. Sloane Stevens lost. Okay? Unfortunate for her, but at least I didn't have her on my fantasy team.
I did, but not going to the finals.
But these girls these days, with the coaching on the sideline, they're always staring at their boxes. I think Sloane Stevens was down like 2-1 in the very first set, and she's already looking up her box and screaming and shouting, like every point, boom, scream. But then Sevitsova would do the same thing. It's like every match during a not. I don't think. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I don't think the women can have coaches come to the sidelines during a major, but they can in other tournaments.
Yes.
Well, it's no different here, because instead of going to the sidelines, they're kneeling down on the ground and like pretending like they're tired, and they're looking up at their box saying, "What do I do? What do I do?" And they're shouting it really loud, and the coaches and the girls are shouting back and forth. It's preposterous. It's preposterous. This just has to stop. It has to stop. It makes the women look inferior. It's ridiculous. I'm not knocking. Again, if Carla was out there, I'll speak for her. You think she's going to scream and ask someone what to do? She's just going to do it. She's going to try to win. If she doesn't win.
Yeah, I don't even like my dad when he's trying to tell me something. I'm like, just go. I'm like, let me figure it out.
Yeah, whatever. Just do it or don't do it. But this whole thing where we're 2-1 in the first set, we're staring at coaches and shouting back and forth, looking like little brats. Just save it. Got no interest. Turn the channel. I have no. Look, the match with Sloane and Sevitsova I thought was okay, but I wanted to turn it after 2-1 in the first set because I was sick and tired.
Yeah, she was
screaming. Of seeing little brats screaming for their coaches. Grow up.
By the way, they're going to 5th set.
Just grow up.
5th set for Cilic and Nishikori.
Coaches on the sideline. Whatever. Coaches on the sideline. Ridiculous. 2-1 in the first set. I missed the shot. Oh, what do I do? Shut up. You never trained me well. Just shut up. Get on with it. What's wrong with this picture? Anyway, I don't like it. Weakens down, dumbs down, and waters down the game. Just get rid of it. Whoever came up with this idea is an idiot. All of a sudden, Steffi Graf calls the coach on the sideline.
I don't see that.
What are you talking about?
I see it more from Chris Evert, not Steffi Graf.
All of a sudden, Justine Henin calls out her coach and cries on her shoulder. What are you doing? Come on. Ridiculous. Preposterous.
All right, you said that a million times.
Unacceptable. Anyway. Whew. I love this game. I love the game. I don't want to see it. I don't want to see a circus on the sideline. I got passion for the game. I don't want to see that. Do you think I would like... If the first time I met Carla and I saw her play and she was crying on the sideline for her coach, do you really think I really want to go meet her and get her phone number? Because I got it. I got the number. But if I saw her crying on the sidelines, I never would have asked for that number. But I got that number, though. But if she would have cried on the sideline, never would have asked for it. Because I don't even want to deal with her. Come on. You got to fight. Let's go. What are you talking about? Crying on the sideline? I want your number? What? You think I would have taken her?
Oh, my gosh.
Think I would have got your number?
We're on part 3.
Here's my question. Hey, Carla, how are you?
Good.
So, do you think this guy here that's talking to you, handing this microphone, would have actually asked for your phone number if you would have been crying for your coach on the sideline?
No, I highly doubt it.
I agree with that totally. All right. That's it, guys. Our connection is really slow. This is a long part 3, one of our longest shows ever. Sorry about that. Much shorter tomorrow. Shorter tomorrow. Yes. I don't have any internet connection here, at least not that I know of, so these may take multiple hours.
Maybe it came back on. Who knows?
Maybe. Hope so. But I'm going to go to downloading. And that was kind of odd grammar. I will go inside and now download.
No, it's still down.
Oh, that's nice. So I know I'm going to go inside and watch each one of these videos download for 3 hours apiece. You know what I'm doing for the rest of the evening, and Carla will keep up with the comments. Let's go. Much love to all of you guys, by the way. Thank you for sticking with us. I'm sorry I took a day and a half off. I'm sorry I lost my energy at the end of the first show and didn't get it back till halfway through the second. That whole Federer thing, it never soaked in because I was dealing with the weather and following it coming up, and I didn't ever let it soak in. It did. When Kiyosama pulled me back out of the trenches, though, I got back into it. So I'm really appreciative for that. We're going to see you back tomorrow, and hopefully I can sleep off this Federer stuff, and maybe I can wish him up another major. Much love to all you guys, for sure. Carla and I really enjoyed doing this. If it's not for you, it's not for us. And at the end of the day, as day passes, this gets better and better. So again, excuse my lack of dedication. At the end of the first show into the second, that's how I feel anyway. I'll get out of the funk, and hopefully I pull back out of it late. All right. Thank you for the weather. Carla gets a standing O for me for tracking me through some really, really, really nasty weather. You're the soldier of all soldiers. Really big time stuff. I appreciate that. And don't forget Nadal's sportsmanship last night when he shook TM's hand after the match.
That was beautiful to watch.
Beautiful sportsmanship. Tip my hat to Nadal. Standing ovation for Nadal. He wins the match. He goes around the net post, grabs TM like this, boom, gives him a hug and gets done with it. I think that's what Rahesh was talking about.
Yes,
a long time
but Cilic
ago.
is not that. He's not a warm guy, so we won't see that from Cilic.
But standing go to Rafa for that, because when Rafa goes around the net post, embraces TM after that battle, that was beautiful. At least for both of them, they didn't have to go to 70 to 68 in the fifth set, though, right? Could you imagine if that went to like 23-20 in the 22-20 in the fifth?
No, not them.
Anyways, guys, great show. Again, she slept for 2 hours or so last night. I think I got 4 hours in. If this was a little kind of off pace, then sorry, but we'll be back tomorrow and have it down to a much shorter deal.
Yes.
I forgot what to even say here.
Adios.
Oh, click like below, share the video, and subscribe.
There you go. Adios.
It's gone.